because of the 40-degree heat. Luckily she gets rescued by a girl who passes by. When Alisa wakes up she thinks Anna is beautiful, but in order to test whether she is really kind or not, Alisa finds out that Anna has a job interview coming up. When Anna isn't looking she secretly turns off her cell phone. Then she hides it in the couch. Then she lies and says she's not feeling well. Anna is very worried. She asks Alisa where the pain is, but Alisa pretends to be in pain. Anna is in a hurry to call an ambulance. She searches for her cell phone but can't find it. As the minutes tick by, Alisa tells Anna to leave her alone and go to the interview. In fact, Alisa's purpose is very simple. She wants to know if Anna will give up her interview for her, but Anna doesn't know anything. In the end Anna stays just as Alisa thinks she will. That's when Alisa asks her what she'll do if she loses her job. Anna doesn't think much about it. She thinks that people are more important than work. Alisa is touched by these words. She recognizes Anna as her daughter-in-law. When Anna leaves the house Alisa puts her cell phone under the table to make it look like she missed it. Then she takes Anna's missing brother's missing persons notice. Then she writes a letter and leaves it in the house. After that Alisa leaves. When Anna comes back she finds the cell phone under the table. Anna wonders if she made a mistake. Before she could think about it she sees a thank you note from Alisa. Alisa promises to help her find her brother. Although they only spent a few days together Alisa likes Anna very much. When she returns the first thing she'll do is to help Anna find her brother. At the same time Anna's brother suddenly calls. It turns out he's been taken in by a woman who can't get pregnant. She insists that he call her mom. That day he takes Avery's cell phone when she's not looking. Anna is anxious when she receives a call from her brother. She rushes to ask her brother what kind of building he's in the neighborhood of. But before she could say anything Avery quickly snatches the phone away. He hangs up the phone after hearing Anna's ranting and raving. Anna is very worried, but knowing that her brother is still alive is the greatest comfort of all. A few days later Anna get a call for an interview. She is puzzled. It is the biggest company in the area. She hasn't applied for a resume, and the person who calls says that the chairman of the board will personally interview her. But since she has this opportunity, Anna takes it seriously. But when she walks into the office, the person who appears in front of her is more than she imagined. It is Alisa who has left after being Alisa calls all the members of her family and announces the whereabouts of her $10 billion savings. But before she could finish her speech, Anna appears in front of them lead by a maid. Alisa is very happy to greet her. At this moment those people would not have thought Alisa's heir is an outsider with no ties to the family. They are all shocked. Alisa's grandson Jack is furious. He goes up to Anna and confronts her. He calls Anna out on her scheming. Alisa is surprised. It turns out they've known each other for a long time. Anna has had a fight with Jack on the plane when she came back from studying abroad. It is so chaotic that even the stewardesses come out to talk to him. What's more, they take each other's luggage by mistake. They know each other because of this incident. But on Anna's first day home there is a fire in her house. Her father dies in an accident. Jack happens to be there at that time. He sees Anna's sadness. Suddenly he remembers that his own father died in a car accident when he was a child. So he understands how Anna feels. After that, whenever Anna needs help, Jack is always quick to show up. And when Anna's brother disappears he helps her to put up posters on the street. They'd grown fond of each other after all they'd been through together. But he doesn't expect his grandmother to know Anna, and gives her all of her money. In fact, Anna doesn't even know about their relationship, and she doesn't know that Alisa has arranged this. At this point, no matter how she explains it, Jack still believes that Anna approached him with an agenda. All the members of the family are against it. Eliza refutes them all with absolute authority. She says that if anyone questions her she'll leave the house. When Jack hears this from his grandmother he turns around and goes to his room to get his bags. He leaves the villa in front of their eyes. In fact, there is a reason why Alisa is doing this. She is in the hospital to check out the terminal cancer. The doctor tells her that she only has about a year left to live. But Alisa sees that her family is not doing their jobs. Her grandchildren, whom she has always valued, are also very ignorant. She knows that if she doesn't change her situation they will spend all their money. That's why she wants to find a girl in the ghetto, because only those who have experienced poverty will treasure it. She wants to use Anna's kindness to change her rebellious grandson. But Anna is worried that if she inherits the fortune she'll anger Alisa's family. Alisa tells her not to worry and promises her the highest rights. Looking at Alisa's pleading face, Anna agrees. It turns out that everything was a deal between Alisa and Anna. But Anna doesn't expect Jack to show up. She wants to say no, but she couldn't bear the thought of Alisa being embarrassed. Eliza is very satisfied with Jack's reaction and his mother's attitude, because it's only by making them feel like they've lost everything that they'll be motivated again, instead of just enjoying life. Listening to Alisa, Anna thinks for a moment and decides to start the game. Was targeted. Uncle called the handyman and told him to take special care of the new boy. The handyman knew what he was doing and he timed it to coincide with the end of his shift. He brought in a stack of dishes for Jack to clean. Jack argued with him, but the handyman just dropped the dishes on the floor. When the supervisor came over the handyman acted all innocent. Jack was furious and threw down his scarf and ran out. Uncle knew what Alisa had in mind. He sent Jack here so that he could understand the workings of the hotel, so that he could accept it in the future. That's why he tried to provoke Jack. Uncle thought the rebellious Jack would leave, but after Alisa announced Anna as her heir, Jack stayed, because in his head he saw Anna as a scheming woman. Not only did she lie to herself but to her grandmother as well, so he tore up his ticket out of the country. He decided to stay and reveal Anna's true face, and Alisa, in order to make Anna change Jack, she recommended a job to her. That same day Jack was assigned to the back of the kitchen. Anna was surprised to see him. Jack leaned in and whispered in Anna's ear, "You'll never get what you want. front. Anna didn't want to explain. On her 80th birthday, Alisa went alone to the hospital for chemotherapy. She was alone in a cold hospital room. The old woman was saddened. She didn't know that her family was already preparing a birthday party. When she returned to the villa, she saw everyone standing at the door to greet her. She realized that her children and grandchildren hadn't forgotten her. The old lady was relieved to see that she hadn't lost her heart during the day. The maid introduced the cake next to her, which Anna had spent 10 hours making. After hearing that, the old lady was even happier and hugged Anna in front of everyone. Jack's heart ached at this scene. Since his illness, the old lady hasn't touched these high sugar foods, but this time, for the first time, she tried Anna's cake. The taste of the cake was amazing. The old woman praised Anna's work. She said it was the best cake he'd ever tasted. But this happy scene will soon be shattered. After dinner, all the family members presented gifts. Anna brought out something of her own. The old woman opens it and sees a delicate brooch. Anna said her mother had left it to her. She loved her like a daughter. This is a return to its rightful owner. The old woman was touched by this precious thing. Then Jack came out and said he had a gift of his own. The old woman thought her grandson had grown up. She thought his grandson had finally learned to care about people. But when she opened it, it was a picture of Anna and her sister. The old woman was puzzled. Jack took the photo and showed it to everyone. Then he introduced Anna's stepmother and sister Rose. It turned out that Rose was Jack's classmate, and her stepmother is the manager of the old man's company. But Anna had never revealed this to the old woman. When the crowd began to question, her stepmother said it was all Anna's plan. The unexpected death of her father left Anna on the streets. When she heard from Rose that Jack had returned from abroad, she started to approach Jack and followed the old man in order to get her life back. That day, the old woman unexpectedly fainted. That's when she caught her chance. When she saw her stepmother's strong words, Anna was confused. She couldn't believe her stepmother would say that. Anna didn't know how to explain. The old woman fainted when she was faced with such heavy news. Forces with members of Alisa's family to slander the girl. She said that she's always been competitive since she was a child. Not only did she always bully her half-sister, she also used her father's money to show off her wealth. The girl's father passed away in an accident, leaving her with a huge debt. The house was repossessed. In order to live a rich life again, she found out from her sister that Jack from the rich family was coming back, so she planned an elaborate plot to meet him. As she watched her stepmother's slanderous rantings, Anna couldn't explain herself even if she wanted to. Her stepmother even pretended to be angry. Those people were already upset with Anna. They all jumped on her and condemned her. Alisa couldn't tell the difference between good and evil. Her blood rushed to her heart and she collapsed. Anna didn't care about the curses and rushed to help the old man, but Jack pushed her away. Jack's mother knew this was a great opportunity. She immediately took Anna and kicked her out of the house. After some rest, the old woman got better. As she watched, they were still talking to each other. The shrewd Alisa thought there was something else going on, so she called out to the others to calm herself down. At that moment, her stepmother came out of the doorway and saw that Anna was still sitting on the stairs. She was about to say something else. Rose, who knew the truth, quickly stopped her mother. Anna suddenly remembered that her stepmother had been asking about her the other day, but she couldn't figure out. She couldn't figure out why her stepmother was doing this to her. Tears streamed down her face. Anna stayed outside the house all night. She didn't want to be misunderstood. She had to wait for Alisa to come out and explain before she left the house. The next day, Alisa woke up with a start. She was very happy to see that her grandson had stayed by her bedside all night. She knew she'd been right about her grandson. But when Jack woke up, he said he didn't care about the money. He didn't want his grandmother to be lied to. He wanted her to know the truth. Alisa understood what he meant. When she realized Anna was still at the door, Alisa came out to meet her. When Anna saw Alisa, she didn't explain herself first. Instead, she asked about Alisa's health. Seeing that Anna still cared about herself at such a time, Alisa couldn't associate her with the liar. In order to find out the truth, Alisa took her to a quiet place. Anna slowly revealed that she had only recently learned of Jack's relationship with her sister. She'd been staying at school since her father remarried, until her recent internship, but then her father had an accident. Her brother is still missing. Because of this tragic experience, she didn't want to worry Alisa. That's why she didn't mention it. Alisa understood what had happened. She forgave Anna. Meanwhile, everyone in the family was taking over the property, especially Jack's uncle. He did everything Alisa told him to do, but he was secretly investigating. One day, he sneaked into Alisa's office. He found a lab report hidden underneath a file, and when he looked at it, he realized that Alisa was dying. After what happened to Anna, he joined forces with Jack's mother. To keep the money out of the country, he and Jack's mother set up a plot against Alisa. When Alisa returned to the office, she found out that Anna's stepmother had been appointed as a manager by another company. She immediately called Uncle Jack and asked him to remove Anna's stepmother's position as manager, and to stop investing in the company she was working with. Uncle Jack was going to say no because of the contract, but Alisa's tone was very strong, so he agreed to do it under false pretenses. Then he talked to his lawyer. Because the inheritance was left by Alisa's husband. Her husband had written a will, but no one had ever seen it. The will was hidden by Alisa, but the lawyer said that Alisa had the right to administer and control the estate. The only loophole now is to find the will. That's the only way to get it back in court, but the key was Anna. With that in mind, Uncle called Anna's stepmother. A great conspiracy was beginning to unfold, and Alisa realized that her condition could not be delayed any longer. She decided to schedule the operation as soon as possible. Before she left, she called her family. She told them she was going on a trip and to see some old friends. Alisa looked very sad sad. She knew there was a chance she might never come back, and she gave them a very important message, especially Jack, who was his favorite grandson. Alisa made all the arrangements and found Anna, and her stepmother was having second thoughts. Children and grandchildren to understand that money is not easy to come by. Alisa gave away all her wealth to outsiders to sharpen her children and grandchildren, but she didn't realize that for the sake of her wealth, her daughter-in-law had conspired with her cousin to create a fake document. She accused Alisa of having delusions of grandeur, and invited a large number of police officers to force Alisa into an ambulance. As long as the hospital reports that she was mentally ill, Alisa's will be invalidated. At this moment, Alisa's heart is like a knife twisting. She had worked hard for half her life to leave her children and grandchildren countless properties, but no one understood her good intentions. Soon she arrived at the hospital. What was even more chilling to Alisa were the nurses who received favors. They kept asking Alisa all kinds of questions. They tried to trick him into giving the wrong answers. Luckily, Alisa had seen it all before. She answered all the questions calmly, but she was found to be mentally ill. Then a doctor arrived and was about to make a diagnosis. When she saw Alisa's name on the file, she hesitated. Meanwhile, the driver waiting outside the hospital sensed that the situation might be worse than expected. He immediately called Anna. When she heard that Alisa had been taken to the hospital, Anna wrote down the address and went out immediately. But she didn't realize the police were waiting for her. They said she had been accused of cheating. Anna didn't know what was going on. She could only cooperate with the police and go to the police station to investigate. However, the police here had been bribed by Harley. They were asking questions about Anna's deception of Alisa, and her stepmother and sister made statements. They testified to Anna's fraudulent behavior. In the face of these accusations, Anna had to explain herself. She was told she'd be detained for 24 hours until their investigation is complete, and Alisa was questioned by a doctor. She wrote on a blank piece of paper, "I'm in my right mind." The doctor laughed. The nurse laughed too. Alisa was the only one who was conscious. And then the doctor asked the question, "Why did you give your property to a strange girl?" Instead of answering, Alisa asked the doctor, "How many years does it take to read someone? 3 years, 10 years, or a whole life?" Alisa went on and on with her reasoning. The doctor was fascinated. It's not that Alisa didn't leave money to her family. It's that they've lost their minds to money. They've lost their love for each other. What Alisa wanted to do was to let them know there are more important things in life than money and wealth. If they lose their kindness and love, she preferred to leave her money to those in need. But that answer didn't impress the doctors. Instead, they told her she needed to stay in the hospital for observation. With Anna and Alisa under relative control, Uncle became more aggressive. He and Jack's mother were planning to call a board meeting the day after tomorrow to overthrow Alisa as chairman of the board. But they didn't expect the doctor to find Alisa alone at night. Alisa thought she was here to investigate again. But the doctor burst into tears and told her that her father had been in a car accident when she was a child. Her mother was so sick she couldn't get out of bed. He couldn't even eat. It was a woman's bleeding that saved the family. Alisa looked at her and saw something familiar. So this was the girl she had helped. Alisa was very happy. She held her hand tightly. She was proud of him for becoming a doctor. And Alisa's kindness paid off.